What's good, y'all? It's your man's IRLnash. Welcome to the Pokemon Center. As always, today's got a new video for y'all, and it's going to be why Nepo babies can't win no matter what they do. Rap lore. Y'all already know. He be doing this thing. Make sure y'all tap in with him. Alright, let's get to it.
Being a Nepo kid could sound amazing until you peel back the curtain and see how dreadful the life really is. Bro, these kids. Most people would think being born to rich and famous parents is hitting the life lottery, and to an extent, they're right. They have money, connections, and attention, making anything they pursue way easier compared to.
Hold up real quick. I've been noticing I'm a little bit too little down here. Pause.
What do you mean by that?
Like right there. Yeah, right there. Cool. We good. Let's get it.
However, that's not the full picture. As much as these kids are spoiled and privileged, they also deal with just as much, if not more, agony than the average person. And if you heard that sentence and rolled your eyes, that's exactly the reason why they struggle so much. Life as a Nepo kid is an endless cycle of stress, comparisons, keeping up images, and smiling for the camera when all you want to do is crawl up and disappear. But how could things be so bad for someone who has
Stay at the crib. Hey, that's number one. Stay at the crib.
the world at their fingertips? To find that out, today we're doing a deep dive on the good, bad, and ugly lives of Nepo kids. What are the misconceptions about being born into fame? What types of grief do all famous kids go through? And why does everyone think their problems aren't real?
It's crazy to think how far Jaden done came being a kid who was in the industry.
My name is Poncho, the host of Rap Lore, and we're gonna dive into it right now. First thing I want to hit real fast is the difference between celebrity children and Nepo kids.
Okay.
Celebrity children are just the kids of famous people. It's pretty straightforward. Nepo kids are kids who follow the footsteps of their parents in whichever industry they're in, which in our case is music, and reap the benefits of the work their parents put in. This video is gonna mostly talk about nepotism, but we'll mention a few cases of celebrity kids having it bad later on. With that said, let's go through the biggest examples of Nepo kids and the tragic road that awaits them.
We made a very, very, very terrible mistake with our children, and we went with radical honesty. So don't do it. No.
Yeah. You went with radical honesty with everybody in the world, Will. That's the problem. That's the problem with everything you've been doing.
It's terrible because they do whatever they want and they just come tell you.
When people think of nepotism in general, one of the first families that comes to mind is the Smiths.
Y'all been doing too much telling, not enough keeping it to yourselves.
Jaden and Willow, the kids of the famous Hollywood couple, Will and Jada. And if we're talking about being handed the golden spoon, there's really no better example. Jaden Smith was born in 1998 and given his first major acting role in The Pursuit of Happiness when he was just 7. He then became world famous with his role as Dre Parker and Jackie Chan and dropped his—
We getting old, bro. Jaden Smith only 4 years younger than me. Damn. Jaden Smith's 28. Damn, we getting old.
First mixtape, The Cool Cafe, Cool Tape Volume 1 at 14. For Willow, she was born in October of 2000 and landed her first acting role in the movie I Am Legend alongside her father at age 6. Then in 2010, she dropped her smash hit With My Hair, leading her to be signed by Jay-Z's Rock Nation before even being 10 years old. So yeah, they
said that she cut her hair off because she ain't want to be on tour no more.
Had it made from birth. But when you peel back the curtains of their lives, you start to see how dark and tragic it all really is. For one, the scrutiny that these two face is beyond crazy, and it's been that way their entire lives. The Smith kids are criticized at every angle: music, acting, fashion, personalities, dating choices, talking to—
is that Jaden actually is a good rapper. He pretty good, bro. Like, he a decent artist. I don't want to say rapper. He a good artist, bro. He a real good artist.
not talking enough, being ungrateful, being too humble, so on and so forth. Willow often spoke about this criticism in interviews. During a sit-down with Allure magazine, she said, quote, "I definitely think that a little bit of insecurity has driven me harder because people do think the only reason I'm successful is because of my parents. That has driven me to work really hard to try to prove them wrong." In another interview with
I think what they deal with is the fact that that's just everybody. And the fact that your parents are who they are is why y'all are as famous, is what y'all are. But that don't mean that you don't got talent. See, that's the thing, is that a lot of people got talent, but they also don't got parents who forged the way that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett did. That's just a true statement.
Okay, she said, quote, "Growing up and trying to figure out your life while people feel like they have some sort of entitlement to know what's going on is absolutely excruciatingly terrible, and the only way to get over it is to get into it. You can't change your face, you can't change your parents, you can't change any of those things." Jaden chimed in on the topic during an interview with Complex back in 2024. When asked why he feels like it's important to be weird, he replied with this, quote, "Because I went through a lot of my life trying to be normal. It was a really big deal for me for a long time that people thought I was normal, and that bothered me after a while. I started to feel like people really didn't understand me or see me, and I wasn't really..."
When did people think that Jaden Smith was normal? I never looked at Jaden Smith and thought he was normal. Nigga, you was in Pursuit of Happiness when you was like 5. Like,
trying to show anybody that.
That ain't normal.
So they clearly felt the pressure deeply for them to be thinking this way. Plus, it's not just the types of things they get criticized for that makes life hard, but also just the sheer amount of it. These were some of the most famous children on earth in their young years. Everybody saw Karate Kid in The Pursuit of Happiness, and everybody at some point heard that much attention brings a level of hate and resentment that a grown adult would struggle with. Now, you put that on an 8-year-old kid, that's hard. That's super hard. Now, a certain amount of people are gonna hear what I just said and completely brush it off and roll their eyes, which goes into my next point perfectly. There's hardly a soul on the planet that feels bad for these two or feels like their struggles are valid. People just don't want to hear it. Most look at the opportunities they've been given and see them as ungrateful that they
I don't think that's the truth. I think people see they see it as valid, but they also see it as like, you don't go through normal problems. So the problems that you are going through, you can't get people to empathize and sympathize with you because that's not what people going through. Me telling somebody I can't pay a bill, that's different. You talking about, you know, that IRS is after you for 150. There's only a select few people who gonna be able to talk to you about that, bro. So that's the thing. It's like, we just don't understand those problems that you trying to say
about anything at all. And you could see this firsthand all over the internet. On a Joko UK post that reported on Willow saying her success isn't because of her parents, people didn't hold back saying how they really felt. Quote, "She's so successful that they had to include a picture of her parents in the corner just so people know who she is." She's successful? Like how my womb have nothing to do with I getting pregnant. That's crazy. And it goes on and on and on. If they talk about struggles, it's a problem, but also when they win, it's a problem. People feel angry when these two win. A big example of this is when Jaden Smith was named Christian Louboutin's first creative director ever in history.
I feel like that's a little far-fetched. I don't think that's the truth. I think older people might feel that way, but I don't feel like people 30 and below feel that way.
Which people were not feeling at all. Jaden Smith clown emoji, Louboutin's new men's creative director clown emoji. I like some Jaden Smith songs. What the f does he know about fashion? Did dad buy Jaden a job?
I like some Gaga
Honestly,
songs.
so many other more qualified people for the job. Is this jealousy? Absolutely. Is it unfair? Also yes. Is it brutal for the Smiths? Certainly yes. As a Smith, your life is a mix of feeling inadequate, crippling anxiety, and thinking you don't deserve your life.
That nigga wore a dollhouse on his head. Come on now. That's crazy.
While other people are invasive, judgy, and resentful towards you. That's your everyday life as a Smith. Is the money and fame worth all that? It really depends who you ask and what somebody values. If you would trade your life for the Smith kids, let me know in the comments. I don't think there's a wrong answer, but I am curious.
Saying my pops is about to host the whole award show. We're doing it the bad boy way, Combs family way, so we're going up.
Next on our list of celeb children with horrible lives has to go to the Combs family, specifically Christian King Combs. Diddy has 7 kids in total, but Christian is the
that nigga look like Diddy, bro. That's the problem. This nigga look just like him.
Who embraced his nepotism the most. He signed to his dad's label Bad Boy in 2016 and put out his first track, Type Different, the next year when he was 19. A few years later, he put out his EP, Sincerely C3, in which his nepotism shined the brightest. With not much commercial success, he was able to score features from Ty Dolla $ign, Jeremiah, and the now incarcerated Smokey Margiela. For a rapper with barely any motion to score features like that, rubs people the wrong way and is a clear sign of privilege. And it's not just the privilege that makes people feel resentful towards Christian, but also the fact that a lot of people just straight up don't like his music. If you listen to his songs, King Combs raps a lot like his father back in the Bad Boy heyday. It's a very old school, nostalgic type of flow. Unfortunately, in 2026, people are not feeling that vibe anymore.
The beat go crazy, but I could hear somebody else on it. Like, I don't know, Baby Boy rap like, you know, like he not really confident yet.
Baby Boy rap like he can't rap.
50 Cent also jumped in on the fire, trolling Combs for being a bad performer after no one in the crowd echoed his Bad Boy chant.
Just say bad, just say boy, bad, bad.
Another example is the popular YouTube channel Adlin Bleach, which commented on King Combs rapping by saying, quote,
I saw his son rap. That nigga's trash.
King Combs' privilege mixed with the fact that a lot of people feel like he's not good enough for the opportunity he has is making life a living hell for him. People have huge feelings of distaste and resentment towards him, which you can see in the comments all over his Instagram and YouTube videos. And things got drastically worse for Christian after Cassie's lawsuit about Diddy came out, leading to a whole new
Shit got bad for all of them niggas after all of that shit came out. We being honest.
Of criticism towards the young rapper. It got so bad that King Combs felt the best move was leaving the country and never coming back. He announced in a recent interview that he has plans to move both his family and his businesses to South Africa to get away from all the noise surrounding his dad. But it doesn't even look like South Africans want him. In a post made by African news outlet DW Africa, people let the Combs family know how they felt about them coming out there. Quote, Africa is not dumping sites for the garbages. Now they want to be Africans? Are they bringing the baby oil company to Africa? Oh, shit. Yeah, it's rough out here being a Combs, especially Christian. He has had other successes in his career, like being signed to IGN Models, getting featured in campaigns for Dolce & Gabbana, and featured on Rihanna's Savage X Fenty men's collection. However, none of his successes are as loud as the noise, pain, and trauma that comes from having Combs as a last name.
We done got big house.
Yeah.
Big house.
Big yard.
Yeah.
Nothing to do.
That's when you learn and create your own entertainment.
I was outside. I want to play football, basketball. That's the type of one that I was.
But you want to be from the ghetto so bad.
The third major example of a Nepo kid doomed for torture is King Harris. King is one of the 7 kids.
He been fucking up 50 Cent though. I can't lie. That's
the industry power couple T.I. and Tiny. He grew up extremely rich and was in the spotlight as a baby on his parents' reality TV show, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle. He started putting out music in his teen years, which didn't pop right away. Curious listeners did tap in, but people were underwhelmed and fans harshly compared his rap style to his dad's. Over the years, he'd release a lot more music, but nothing would really click, and people would struggle to relate to his music or take him seriously at all. You can blatantly see this in the comments of his track New King in the South, where he talks about sliding through hoods and wishing people would try him. Yes sir, we making it out the gated community with this one. Must have forgot we watched this whole childhood on TV. We making it off the private golf course with this one. From riches to trenches with this one. Damn, this is actually depressingly sad. How his dad beat the odds to then have his son get trapped. But none of that is the reason that his life is gonna be hell. That has everything to do with his attitude. Like I mentioned in the Smith section, being born into the spotlight can create a deep sense of pressure and stress. People deal with these feelings in different ways. However, the way that King is dealing with it is turning a lot of people against him. King deals with his pressure and confrontation by fighting. A lot. He likes to fight and argue and fight and argue and fight and argue. Exhibit A is the time that he fought with a Waffle House employee trying to flex his wealth over her.
This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you.
Exhibit B is the time he argued with a fan, went back to his car, and grabbed a backpack while saying, "What's up with you?"
What's up with you, bro? Let's go. Put your head around me talking out so you want to do something. What's up, bro? Oh, Lord. What's up, bro?
By the way, that's the type of move that can get you put in a coffin real fast. Do not ever do that, ever, no matter who you are. Exhibit C is him fighting with his own parents, which was shown at an Atlanta Falcons game when he was arguing about wanting to be in the neighborhood instead of inside his mansion.
No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself.
Imagine arguing about how good your privilege is, saying you want to go where you'll be worse off. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. And it's not the fact that he's so combative that's making people dislike him, but it's the fact that it's him who's so combative. A kid given all the money, opportunities, and privilege in the world is out here acting spoiled and extremely entitled. Then when you add the fact he's bragging about money and wealth, given his background, people really get turned off. And when you add the fact that, like King Combs, a lot of people aren't even feeling his music, nah bro, nah, it's not it, it's not it. All these things have made the vast majority of hip-hop fans dislike him, and it's not looking like things will change anytime soon.
When this comes, because at some point it's gonna come when like, yo, your mom and your dad and this and that. You don't stress about that. You don't think about that.
Not really. I mean,
no,
should be all right. Should like.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean,
because it's trauma. Like no matter how you cut it,
is it? I don't think because like we're living in an increasingly woke world.
Now, there's a lot more of these kids that are gonna have it bad in life, but I want to talk about a few that are too young to be full Nepo kids, but still have a brutal road waiting for them. First, we have Parker Adams, the 5-year-old daughter of Adam 22 and Lena the Plug. This child is going to have it bad for a bunch of reasons. Not only are her parents famous corn stars, but
the worst of the worst. Her boyfriends is gonna get beat up their whole life because of these two. Any dude she date gonna get beat up because of Adam 22.
Holds the title for being the biggest cuck in hip-hop, possibly the whole world. Not only is he the biggest cuck, but he then tried to fight the man who smashed his wife just for him to smash Adam too.
Beat the shit out of him.
No pause. When kids find out who her parents are, she is going to be bullied beyond belief. Outside of the harsh treatment she's gonna get, she's also gonna feel a whirlwind of embarrassment, stress, and shame when people talk to her about her parents. Like, how do you even defend that? How could you defend what they've done? And I don't care how much money you have or what resources you're born with, nothing is gonna be able to compensate for the brutal life that awaits that child. And it's not just me that feels that way. Anytime Lena posts a photo with her child, everyone in the comments feels the same level of sympathy. May God protect that child. Either she's gonna hate you too, or she's gonna be the future of the industry. I feel so damn sorry for this child. Why even post these pics? Like I said, it's gonna be a rough road for her.
There was a whole crowd for me, and they were yelling at me.
What were they saying?
Another honorable mention worth bringing up is Northwest. Northwest is the firstborn daughter from the ex-industry power couple Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. She's in the early stages of her Nepo journey, with her starting to get active in the fashion world and dropping her first songs at the beginning of 2026. However, for reasons similar to Adam and Lena's kid, she has a brutal reality waiting for her in the future. The bullying is going to be severe. Anytime Kanye has a meltdown or does something crazy, she's gonna feel it and have to answer for his nonsense.
I'm saying she already probably going through it, if we being honest with each other. Like, she on the internet. She probably already going through it with Kanye.
The only difference between her and the Nepo kids I listed earlier is that people aren't cold with her yet. Instead, people universally feel bad for her. In February of 2026, she posted a photo on her Instagram with piercings covering her whole hand, alluding to the song Piercings on My Hand she was about to drop. However, people didn't find it cute or fun, they found it concerning. She's 12. Kim, are you okay? Plus a ton of gifs showing shock, face palms, and disgust. Now, whether she'll be a true Nepo kid in the future is up for debate. However, as of today, it seems like her life is heading that direction, and if it does go fully that way, it's going to be a rough life ahead of her. So those are the biggest examples of Nepo kids and the brutal road that's waiting for them. Let me know if I missed any other ones, and if you want to see what King Combs' dad Diddy's life is going to look like when he gets out of prison, we did a whole breakdown of it on the channel. Check it out here.
I'm trying to think.
Nostalgia is defined as a sentiment.
Dope video. One, rap lore. Always. I'm trying to think. Who are some other Nepo babies that he may have forgot? Who are some people? I'm saying Ronnie James. I know he only talk about rap. I can't think of nobody else in rap. In the hip hop industry, I can't think of nobody right now. Let's chat GBT. Let's see if they got some better. They got some better examples. Let's see. Biggest nepotism baby in hip hop. All right. Jaden. Oh, Lil Romeo. Definitely Lil Romeo. Yeah. Diggy Simmons. Oh, yeah. That's definitely Coi Leray. But Coi Leray, she actually makes some pretty decent shit. No, I don't like any other ones. But Diggy Simmons for sure. Diggy Simmons, Lil Romeo, and Coi Leray. Definitely. I think he left some people off that list. I think he could have made that video a little bit better. You know, that video could have been a little bit better. He missed a couple people. If we being for real, he missed a couple people.